Tire management's a big thing because the tire's what connects your car, you, everything to the road. There's nothing else. Whatever surface is on the ground and the asphalt.
I mean, sometimes you have a fast car and you use your tires too quick, then and you pull a gap, and all of a sudden in the end of the race you're struggling and you're kind of being exposed. So I always try to take it easy and try to manage, because you can always burn them too quick, and sometimes that can cost you a lot.
Tires, it's so often just a feel thing, and tire grip is always changing, dependent on temperature and tire life over the course of a stint. And so much of that you're just feeling, through your butt, through the steering wheel. As soon as you touch the brakes, you get a sense of how much slide there is and how much grip you're going to have in the middle of a corner.
Typically you can get the most out of them without locking the tires up and causing flat spots, or just standing on the gas and doing a big burnout out of the corner. Typically that's not the quickest way around anyway, and maybe in qualifying you just push that extra little bit to get a little bit more out of the tires, but in the race, once you just turn that qualifying switch off, it's kind of a natural feel of managing tires.
If you have a feel for a tire, you're going to go a long ways, because that's where everything starts. I mean, that's your damper change, your spring change, your sway bar change, all goes into the tire.
It depends on the softness or the hardness of the tire. Some tires take the abuse and will not degrade. Some tires will just take nothing at all. And if you just go over the limit and slide it and overheat it, it just never recovers.
It's very important that you don't mess up your tires, and you try and take care of the tire where you don't get pickup, so you don't drive through dirty bits of the track. In these long endurance races with a lot of cars, you're sometimes forced to go offline onto the marbles, come back in, and you need to clean that tire off immediately, otherwise you will have a greater chance of a lock-up or a mistake into the next corner.
Drive as fast as you can and try to manage. I mean, that's a situation that you don't want to be in, but we're in quite a lot, and there you just do damage control. You try to keep the car on the track and in front of everybody.
That's pretty difficult. I mean, obviously, as soon as you start to be below the potential of the tire, you're giving up time. But it depends what you're trying to achieve. Sometimes if you do drive 99% or 100% of the tire and it starts degrading really badly, like we've seen in Formula 1 lately, you're going to be dead halfway through the stint, in which case you may have had a great average for the first 10 laps of your stint, but the last 10 laps you're going to start losing 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds a lap. So sometimes if you want to have the best race pace and average speed, you're just going to have to sacrifice and keep some tire potential, stay below a threshold, and then sustain that pace.
You have to understand what you need to do with that tire. Like in endurance racing, we know we got to go 24 laps, for example, here at the 24, 26 laps on one stint tire. So you always got to know, like, where's this tire at 10 laps? Is it going to go 20 laps, How hard can I drive this thing? Do I have to push? If I push it and I spin the tires a lot, clearly it's not going to go the distance.
Yeah, I mean, saving tires isn't about driving slow. It's just about recognizing that the car is about to slide and maybe hesitating a little bit on the throttle.
Massive tire wear is preventable by being smooth, and depending on circuits and tires, that's something you need to be thinking about all the time.
As tires degrade, you're just operating at a different grip level. The car's not a new car to drive where there's nothing magical that you have to do, you just have to live through it. I mean, it sounds silly to say, but you're driving a car that just has less grips. Similar inputs, but you're just operating at a different grip level than you were before. The frustrating thing about tire degradation is that the lap time goes slower even though you're driving the same way. Once you've abused the tires, you can't really come back from it.
If you're really going for it, you're going to wear your tires out. You're going to put extra load and temperature into the tire. I think if you're thinking about saving tires, you're going to be sacrificing a little bit of speed.